A family? I repeated with a bitter laugh. You haven't worked for 3 months now. Your mother wears me out day after day, and you still dare to talk about family. I have the right to demand honesty, he suddenly roared. You lied to me. You were hiding money because you steal it from me. The silence that followed was heavy, almost unreal. What did you just say? He asked in a suddenly very low, very cold voice. I swallowed, but I didn't back down. You think I haven't noticed anything? 15,000 last month, 10,000 the day before yesterday. The money is disappearing from my account, Artyom, and I know very well who's taking it. He stood up slowly without taking his eyes off me. I have access to your card because you gave it to me. We agreed, shared budget. We agreed on that when you were working, when you were actually contributing. So now I only matter if I bring in money? He asked as he came closer. No more salary, no more rights. That's not what I said. Yes, that's exactly what you mean, he shouted, slamming his fist on the table. You think you're better than me, smarter, more successful? Because you earn more, you think you can control me. At that moment, Valentina Petrovna appeared in the doorway. A satisfied smile floated on her face. She had heard everything. You see, my son, she said gently, I told you so. She doesn't respect you. Modern women are all the same. Their careers come before family. Be quiet, I shouted, surprised myself by the strength of my voice. From the very first day, you've been trying to turn him against me. I'm protecting my son, she replied as she entered the room. You're not worthy of him. You're stingy, cold, devious. Mom, that's enough, said Artyom, running a hand over his face. But she went on. I can see the way you look at him, with contempt, as if he were worth nothing. And yet he's making an effort. He's looking for a job? What job? I exploded. In 3 months he's had 5 interviews. 5. The rest of the time, he plays on the computer and watches TV shows. Because you're destroying him, shouted Valentina Petrovna. A man needs support, faith, not a woman who constantly criticizes and controls him. I felt a lump rising in my throat. There were 2 of them, always 2 against me. Then, Artyom said in a strange voice, I have a friend, Natasha. We studied together. She offered me a position in her company, good salary, great prospects. I lifted my head, almost relieved. Really? Artyom, that's good news. When do you start? I'm not starting, he replied, looking away. To finalize the hiring, I had to pay 20,000 rubles, a sort of deposit for the equipment. And I didn't have it. Well, I would have had it if you hadn't hidden the money. I remained frozen. You mean that it's because of me you missed out on this job? Because of your stinginess, his mother immediately corrected. If you were a real woman, you would hand everything over to your husband. It's a scam, I cried out. No reputable company asks for money to hire someone. What do you know about it? Artyom spat. You don't work there. I've been working in IT for 10 years. I know this field inside out. Of course. Madame knows everything, he sneered. Maybe you want to live my life for me too. At that moment, the front door opened. Valentina Petrovna went to greet the person. And a few seconds later, a young woman entered the living room. Beautiful, confident, heavy makeup, leather jacket, an insolent smile. Hi, Tioma, she said, completely ignoring my presence. As you asked, I brought the documents. For the loan. Something collapsed inside me. What loan? I murmured. Artyom looked at me as if he was seeing me for the first time. You had planned all of this? No. I just learned to protect myself. There were 3 of you trying to rob me. I was just defending myself. I grabbed my bag. I'll put your things in the hallway tomorrow. Leave the keys on the shelf. You can't do this, Valentina Petrovna choked out. It's illegal. The lease was in my name. I was the one paying. I decide. Goodbye. I headed for the door. Veronica! Artyom shouted. And for the first time I heard panic in his voice. Wait, we can still talk about this. I turned around. I looked at this man to whom I had given 3 years of my life. This man who had turned out to be a liar, weak, manipulative. Do you know what my real mistake was, Artyom? I said softly. I thought that hiding my salary would protect me. But in reality, I should have shown you who I really was from the very beginning. A woman who can't be manipulated, a woman who can't be stolen from, a woman who can't be controlled. I opened the door. Good luck with your business. I hope Natasha will be as generous as you expected me to be. Then I left. Behind me, I could hear my mother-in-law shouting, Artyom's voice, and Natasha's furious protests. But I was going down the stairs. And with every step I could breathe a little easier. Yes, I had regretted hiding my salary from him because it had allowed them to believe I was weak, that I was afraid, that I would give in. But they were wrong, and I had finally just realized it. Never again.